All right, guys, welcome to Healthy Living Global. Welcome to today's live streaming. I'm Health Educator Mike. Welcome to today's live streaming. All right, thank you for being part of this live streaming channel. Thank you for being part of us. Thank you for today's live streaming, for coming around. Once you join us, tell us where you are watching from. Tell us your location. Before we continue on the live streaming today. Thank you for being part of today's live streaming. All right, today I titled today cancer part 4. All right, so for some times now I've been discussing about cancer issues, how someone can be exposed to cancer. Right, you mentioned a lot of risk factors of this cancer. Of course, if you know the risk factors of cancer, you should be able to know how to prevent this cancer. All right, so from the risk factors, you can be able to prevent it. So if you did not expose yourself or live those lifestyle that is capable of making you to develop this cancer, because we say that cancer majorly develop as a result of 3 things, right? 1 is environmental exposure, 2 is genetics, and number 3 is lifestyle. All right, take note. If you are talking about causes of cancer, the major causes, it can be as a result of environment. All right, what we are exposed to in the environment. It can be as a result of your lifestyle, and it can be as a result of what gene mutation. All right, so please note that down. If you are joining us for the first time, please do well to subscribe to this channel and turn on notification. This particular channel is for health tips, is for creation of awareness of some things we're expected to know as far as our health is concerned. So that's what we do in this particular channel. Thank you for joining us. Tell us where you're watching from as we proceed in today's live streaming. All right. Thank you for being part of us today. Thank you for being part of us today. Now, today, what we are going to discuss about is just as simple. It's just very simple, all right? But we actually need to get it right so that we can be able to take prevention measures, all right, to prevent this particular cancer. What we are discussing today is foods, common foods that you take in daily, all right, that is capable of making you to develop this cancer. All right, so all those things is something we need to take note of, avoid them. Some of them may not be a challenge, but some can be a challenge, especially if consumed in excess, and some if consumed in too frequent. It can actually expose someone to this cancer development. So which is the reason everyone need to take note of those foods and take necessary measures to avoid those foods so that you prevent this cancer from forming. Right? Cancer treatment is not cheap. Cancer treatment can be money and time consuming, right? And at a point like stage 4, you see that cancer will be untreatable or incurable. All right. So when that stage comes, you cannot be able to handle it. All right, which is the reason we always create this awareness. So we have listed many risk factors. If you have been following us on this live streaming channel, we have listed many risk factors. We have also kind of told us the treatment measures, all right? Treatment measures that people normally take, all right, so as to cure this cancer if it's formed, all right? Like we mentioned chemotherapy, mentioned radiotherapy, immunotherapy, and other maybe palliative care, supportive care, all right? All of them comes in, even surgical procedure. So there are many ways to handle this cancer case and get it treated, but it's dependent. The choice of treatment that you will take up is dependent on the stage of the cancer, right? The stage of the cancer and even the type of the cancer on the area that was affected, all right? Because the treatment measures of that leukemia, right, may be different from that of colon cancer or liver cancer. So depending on the area that was affected or the tumor developed, all right, that what we even determine the treatment approach, right? You cannot be using surgical procedure for uh, for leukemia, all right? That is not the first choice. You may use it, but that is not the first choice that you will follow, right? You need to just know all those things. So now today, this one has a lot to do with us because it's something that we are consuming every day, all right? It's things we consume every day that we're supposed to be aware of that is capable of causing this cancer. So all those kind of foods, we need to note them and we need to actually avoid them. All right. Many of them we say they are carcinogens. All right. Let us note them and let us do what? Let us avoid them. So we are going to list it one after the other. Right. We are going to take it gradually so that we get it clearly. All right. By God's willing, we are going to get the necessary detail that we need, all right, in this video. Stick to this particular live streaming to the end to get the full details of what we have for today. Now, number one that we're going to mention as number one carcinogen, right, is processed meat. Processed meat. Processed meat like sausage, you see, even hot dog or the barbecue, all right, is some common things that we eat, all right, every day. We eat it every day, especially some young ladies that take it every day, all right. They see it as a normal thing, right? Barbecue, shawarma, sausage, all these hot dogs, sausage roll, this, that, all those things can be okay, all right. It helps in giving some certain nutrients to the body, but that's what they use, all right, when producing all those foods, all right. That what it that, there's a chemical that we call nitrate or nitrites. When this particular chemical come in contact with hot or with hot environment, hot temperature during that cooking or heating or anyhow they may prepare it, what it will do is that it's going to produce a toxic compound called nitrosol. All right, this nitrosol compound is capable of causing cancer. You see, some things that we take as a common thing or something that doesn't actually matters, it matters a lot. You may be taking this particular hot dog, this particular sausage roll, taking it without it causing cancer, all right, depending on the level that you are taking, which is the reason we say these things we are going to mention today, all right, some of them, or which I'm going to be making you to understand the differences, some of them may not be that dangerous unless you consume it in excess or too frequent, right? Like this sausage roll, hot dog, all those ones, they are carcinogen. They have carcinogen in it, all right, which is nitrites, all right, and nitrate. When it's heated, it will result to nitrosol compound that is carcinogen, all right. Some of them, all these ones, if you are taking like all this sausage and everything in moderation, there won't be any problem. But there's people that eat it as if they rely on it, they live in it. Without it, they can die. All right. In a day, they can consume up to 3, 4, or maybe they consume even one every day. No, it's not supposed to be. So let's take note of that. All those ones is capable of causing all this colon cancer, even colorectal cancer. You see, even it can even cause breast cancer and so on, right? So please take note. Number 2 of the carcinogen that we're going to mention, or the number 2 of the food that is capable of making us develop this cancer, all right, that have carcinogen in it, is alcohol, all right? Alcohol, be it wine, be it beer, all right, or even a spirit like all this Igboya, all right, it is very tiny but have high level of alcohol, right? All those ones can be very dangerous and is capable of causing cancers, especially that of liver cancer. So please take note of that. And what will it do when the thing break down? It will result to a compound known as acetylformaldehyde, all right? So it will produce that toxic compound, and when that toxic compound is produced, all right, is going to um, lead to tumor. When the tumor develop, it can metastasize, and at the end of the start treating colon cancer, breast cancer, and other type of cancers. Number 3 that we're going to mention is smoke or tobacco, all right? Any tobacco product, be it cigarette, be it marijuana, all those particular tobacco products, all right? Tobacco, more as in, to be precise, tobacco, all of them is capable of causing what? Lung cancer, all right? They're capable of causing lung cancer. And even the one they call shisha, right, or which people take, is a sweetened one, right? They are how they form it, and they make it to be very sweet to the extent that all these young ladies, they love it, they use it, right? They think this one, I'm not really smoking, right? They take it as an alternative to cigarette. They say no, cigarette is dangerous, other smokes are dangerous, but let them use this one, and this one is okay. Is a deception. Many of them have harsh chemicals in it, all right? They have very toxic chemicals in it that is capable of making you to develop lung cancer. So please don't be tempted, all right, by using it. In this particular one, all right, in this particular one, if you are using it over the years, right, from time to time, like up to 3, 4, 5 years, you can easily or quickly develop this particular lung cancer. Please take note, whether is first class smoke. First class smoke is when you are smoking by yourself, or second hand smoke, which is when you are inhaling it from the person that is smoking, or from any from the cigarette, all right, the smoke is coming out on its own. Or third class smoke, or third hand smoke, right, which maybe you come in contact with it in the environment. Make sure you protect yourself from such smoke, because it is capable of making you to develop cancer and other heart diseases. Please take note. Now, another thing again that we discuss is red meat. You see, even pork meat, and other meats that are like red meat, right? Pork meat, goat meat, all those meats, all right, that have a lot of heme, all right, a lot of iron in it, is capable of producing what we call heme compound. So all those meats, if you are consuming it, do not consume it in excess. Make sure you consume it in moderation, right? Consume it in what? In moderation. They are capable of causing what we call cancer, right? So take note, it's a common thing. It's a common thing of which we see every day, we take every day, all right? We see it as something normal, something usual, all right? But it's capable of what? Causing this particular cancer. Another thing is what we call aflatoxin. Aflatoxin is a toxin that is formed, right, when um you what these people that are baking, right, like peanut, donut, all right, all these bakings, all right, that they do, that they normally use mold, all right, to arrange in order. All those particular productions or way of production of food is capable of leading to toxins, all right, toxin build up, which we call well aflatoxins, especially maybe if you keep it in an unhygienic environment. All those ones can cause cancer also. So please take note, if you are over consuming um all these dove nut, all these fried things and so on, you are exposing yourself to what? Cancer formation. Please take note, all right? You are exposing yourself to cancer formation. So whenever you are taking anything fried, right, peanut, this, take it in moderation. You never can tell where this cancer formation is coming, which is the reason we need to create the awareness so that we'll be very sure of things we're expected to do. Even though we cannot prevent it 100%, even there's some that have not been discovered, some things that are causing it that may have not been discovered, but still, the little ones that we know, let us create the awareness so that in the end we can be able to avoid those things and make sure this cancer did not form. Another thing we are going to mention again is taking of beverages, right? Beverages like all this coffee, tea, right? If you take the one that have a high temperature, right, like 65 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Celsius, 60 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Celsius, they can be very, very, very dangerous to the system, right? You know, there is this mindset, let me take, let's especially where there is cold, all right, it's okay, let me take this hot tea, all right, so that I will improve blood circulation, I will open up my activate my day, all right, with this hot tea. Yeah, hot tea is recommendable. Please take note that excessive heat from hot tea is capable of destroying cells, of which, if you can be able to remember this, when we're discussing about this particular cancer formation, we see that cancer cell is just simply cells that refuses to follow the normal cell rules, right? Cell rules that whenever cell is formed, cell dies within some certain days, all right, like 120 days, the cell will die away, and cell is replicated or is multiplied within some certain patterns. But that of cancerous cell multiplies uncontrollably and at the end begin to form tumor. Other cells of the body maintains its position, but that of cancerous cells metastasize, they move to other parts of the tissue, all right, destroying other part of tissue and organs. That is just the difference. So now, coming back to this beverage of a thing, all right, using this beverage like tea, like coffee, the one that have high temperature, right, like that of 60, 50, 70 degrees Celsius, all those ones are capable, the heat in it is capable of changing the DNA of the cell. It's capable of changing the DNA of the cell, and at the end, it can lead to this cancer, all right, cancer of the esophagus, cancer, colon cancer. It can lead to all those things because of the heat of that beverage, the heat of that tea, the heat of that coffee. So please, if you are taking any coffee, any tea, check the temperature, all right? It doesn't mean that the higher the temperature, the higher the nutrient. No, all right? Check the temperature and know the one that you are going to consume. Do not take the one that have the temperature is too high. Please make sure you bring it to at least 40 degrees Celsius, so like 38 degrees Celsius is fine, all right, and consume it. So please take note. Another thing that we're going to discuss again is preservatives, right, that they use in preserving food. This nitrite and nitrate to mention is also used for preservative. Even salted food, all right, there's foods of which is being packaged, right, with salts, different kinds of salts, different kinds of nitrates, and also what we call formalin. Please take note of this particular one here, formalin. There's some certain food that are being preserved, all right, which they use formalin in the preservation. All these particular foods, what will that formalin do? It will increase the lifespan of that food to the extent that that food cannot be destroyed easily, all right? In biology, you say it's not biodegradable, all right, which means it cannot be broken down easily, all right? But what will it do? What that particular formalin, when you use it in preservation, it forms a chemical which we call formaldehyde, which is capable of making you to develop cancer. So some certain foods, all right, that you see that they are preserving, which is the reason we keep encouraging over processed food. Do not take it, all this packaged food, sorted food. Just go for natural things that you see, you prepare it yourself, you take it naturally and directly. Dwell on more plant products, all right, instead of all these preserved, processed foods. Is going to make you to develop a disease like cancer. So please take note of that. And let me bring to your notice that this formalin, all right, formaldehyde, all right, is part of what they use in preserving dead bodies, all right. Why do they use it? When it comes in contact with those dead bodies, it will make it not to be, it cannot decay, all right. It will remain in that form for over a long period of time, so helping in the preservation. In many countries, all these products, all these chemicals have been banned long ago in many countries due to the carcinogenic effect of these chemicals. But in some countries, all right, especially where the food market is not being properly monitored, all right, they keep using this to preserve foods, all right, making the food shelf, all right, the lifespan of the food to be extended. But as it is extended, it is capable of what? Producing formaldehyde, which can result to what? Cancer. All right, please take note of this. So the things you are consuming, all right, check the source of the things you are consuming. All right, we are still coming to that of bread, right? Like bread, in that of bread, that's what we call a bromate, all right, that they use in producing bread. I'm going to come to that, but let us finish up this particular formalin. Now, this formalin, the thing they use in use the formalin on, all right, they can use it in fruits, they can use it in fish, they can use it in preserving even meat, they can use it even in beans. All right, you understand? You see some beans that they use in preserving, but it's more of what maybe the already made food product, right? Already made what? Food product that like all these bacteria, all these microorganisms may invade, all right, like fish, meat, all the cheese, all of them, all right, all those kind of things of which they want it to be preserved properly, all right. When they use it on it, it will drain every liquid in it, It will drain every liquid in it and preserve it and make sure that what is not degradable. And when it happens in that way, it can produce a chemical called formaldehyde, and at the end, it can lead to this cancer. So please take note of that. Take note of that. Um, Whenever you are consuming your taking any food, please be very careful. Be very careful. We are living with cancer. All right, we are living with cancer, and cancer is around us. All right. Is very close to us. Many things we are consuming, and the reason the food industries or food market are using it is to their own gain, right? To their own gain, because it's a good preservative. Okay, can you imagine? For instance, they say, okay, your tomatoes, all right, your tomatoes that you bought over 3 million, 4 million, right? That you want to sell it, to take it to the market, and you're unable to sell it within space of like that is unprocessed tomato, right? That you take it to the market, and within space of 2 3 days you're unable to sell them out, right? When you didn't sell them out, they can actually get spoiled, and when they get spoiled, you lose a large amount of money. So that is the reason the food market is in. I'm just using tomato for example, right? Because tomato in itself have a way of even protecting someone from having cancer. So it's just an example I'm giving, right? Especially that of prostate cancer. Tomato that you see is very good for consumption, as is something that helps in preventing what cancer. But I'm just using, for example, like other food product that you see in the market, right? That the one of which you buy, when you buy them, right, you want to sell out and you're unable to sell it more faster. So the food market, the people there, they will kind of take different kinds of preservatives to preserve that food so that they can make their money from it. And on the process, they don't know that what they are endangering people's life and even their life inclusive, because they will still consume from it. So please take note. The things that you are buying from the market, know the one you are buying, know the food you are buying in the market. If possible, prepare your own food, all right, by yourself. Prepare it by yourself. Very important. All those canned food, or they will tell you this one is chicken, all right, processed chicken. They will use one preservative and arrange it and keep it in the fridge, all right, or freezer. It will stay for 1 month without getting spoiled. No, please take note. It's not good for your health. It is capable of causing cancer. There is carcinogenic chemicals that is in it. They're used in the preservation. Now, another thing is that we're going to discuss is potassium bromate. We have potassium bromate. We have even acrylamide. Potassium bromate and acrylamide. There are these two chemicals they use in bread production, right? In every bread company, or most of the bread company anyway, they use it in production, all right? And this particular chemical is carcinogenic, all right? Even though they use it in bread production. So which is the reason, if you are consuming bread, you need to be careful. One is the type of product that you are consuming, and secondly, check the ingredients contained in the bread and make sure that what you do not take the one that have with this potassium bromate or acrylamide. These particular two chemicals can be very dangerous. So please take note of them. And if you are consuming, do not consume in excess. There's people that are taking it every day. Every day they will take today, they will take tomorrow, take next tomorrow. Every day you keep taking bread. All right. You don't know the chemical they're using doing it. Like all these manufacturing companies, when they do their production, they take it to NAFDAC for approval, all right? They will take it to NAFDAC. NAFDAC will check their products, approve it, assign them a number, all right? The subsequent ones, if not for some routine movements that NAFDAC will do, all right, to checkmate all those products, some of them can be adding a different thing, some chemicals in it, some preservative that are not recommended or not approved by NAFDAC within the period, all right? But you may not know. We keep consuming. Before we know, we say it's God that is saving us. Yeah, God is saving us, but we try our own possible best to be on the right side, which is to say, which is the reason I'm saying that if you are consuming any of this bread, any product at all, please take it in moderation. Do not take every day, because of what you don't know the chemicals they use in the production. If they use bromate, potassium bromate, or they use this acrylamide without them writing it as part of the ingredients in the body of the leather, on the leather, right? So if they use it without them writing it, you may not know, right? So what we just do is what, cut down the consumption. If you are taking it every day, please cease from using it every day. If possible, let it be once in a while. And if you can even stop using it, fine. But if you can't do without it, take it what, once in a while, because of this cancer formation, right? So that is it. Then another thing we're going to discuss again is calcium carbide. This one is particularly important for people that have excessive cravings for fruits, right? Mango, all these watermelon, oranges, many fruits, right? Someone will be craving for mango when it's not season for mango. All right, is the challenges that we're having, all right, in this our time. Now, all those particular um mangoes you are seeing, breads that you are seeing, all of them, let's say most of them, right? Not all of them. There's some of which all these Fulani people, outside people, they are selling by the roadside. Before you know, if you want to note the particular one they use this calcium carbide on, please take note and listen attentively. When you look at the, let's say mango, for example, if you look at it, you bring it out and you check it, you are going to see that the ripening is not going to be uniform. It's not going to have what, uniform ripening, like ripening all over the body. No. And if you look at the body, it will be somehow polished and shining, right? That is to tell that what they have used, what, calcium carbide, to ripen that particular fruit, which will be dangerous for your health. All right, so all those things you need to take note of them. This calcium carbide releases a chemical we call acetylene. All right, acetylene is a normal ripening chemicals. That's what makes mango to ripe. That's what makes pawpaw to ripe and other fruits that you see. But this particular calcium carbide releases it and is an artificial method of ripening fruits, right? When it's being released, it leads to formation of other toxic compounds that is capable of making you to develop cancer. You see that these roadside things you are consuming, right, like the fruits you are consuming, is capable of making you to develop cancer. It's not village people, all right? It's something of which you need to take note of it and avoid them. Take note of these things and avoid it. If you are craving for fruits, please know the kind of fruit you are craving for, and um know the one that you consume. If we talk of that of banana, I think most of the time it's just very few of them that they won't use this calcium carbide on. Very few of them, right? The one maybe they will cut it as that thing is already ripe from the tree, right? They will cut it from there and come and sell to you. And some they can just that's where they will keep it, right? After everything, it will ripe on it. That is in enough heat. After tying it in different leathers and so on, it will ripe. It will just ripen on its own. But some, to facilitate the ripening, they will put this calcium carbide, which is capable of making you to what, develop cancer. So please note the things you are consuming. We are not like this particular generation or this age that we are, is not like what our parents or forefathers were experiencing those days. Someone was asking, why is it that even after this awareness that we are creating, even from all these improvements that have been done when it comes to the health sector, people still keep dying by the day. All right. The reason is just very simple, that there are some certain guidelines that our parents and our ancestors were following that we're not following. There are some certain things that they were consuming, natural things, that this time around is now a processed thing that we're consuming, salty foods with a high level of preservatives. All right, that's what we are consuming, which is the reason if you go anywhere all over the world, you see people that are having cancer. You go to USA, you see cancer. Go to UK, you are going to see people that are having cancer, because of what we are consuming every day is gradually killing us. So please, let us see how we can be able to improve our life by consuming things that are going to help us to live a healthier life. Please take note, all those roadside um, fruits that you are seeing, check any of them, especially that of mango. If you see that this particular one that you are consuming, this particular mango that you are consuming is not uniform, the ripening is not uniform, please do not take it. Any fruit that you see that the ripening is not uniform, do not take it. Any fruit that you see that is shining, fruit is not meant to be that shining, all right, like as if it's a mirror. Don't use it. They use calcium carbide on it. Please take note of this. It's common thing that we consume, all right, that are capable of making to develop cancer. So as you can see, it's not only the rich people alone. We have lifestyle, all right, like obese, all right, to consume excessive carbs, or excessive fats, and before you know, you develop obesity. From there, it will increase your chances of having this cancer. All right, we know about that. But what of someone that do not even have enough money to be consuming things in excess in that way, and at the end of the day, they just pass through the road. They normally patronize one aboki or one Fulani man by the roadside that is selling mango, that is selling all kinds of fruits, all right, without checking it out. Even watermelon, they will be patronizing them, and let me at least take fruit. Fruit is very good. We encourage intake of fruits, right? But please check the ones you are consuming. Check the ones you are consuming. Many of them can be very deadly. So you see a poor person, right? You do not have enough money and develop cancer, is a very big problem. As a matter of fact, recently in my area, there's about 2 persons that I lost in this year because of what? Cancer, all right, reaching stage 4. One have even recovered fully and have done Thanksgiving in the church for successful recovery from cancer. And at the end of the day, not up to 2 weeks, she died. So to tell you that what, just like we mentioned initially, that cancerous cells are the cells that refuse to follow the normal cell rule. It will go and mutate. When I say mutate, it will kind of change structure, all right, and refuse to follow the process of normal cell. It will divide uncontrollably, and it is capable of invading other tissues and other organs, which is to say that it's capable of metastasizing. So this particular cancer need to actually be prevented, but it needs your own effort and needs my own effort. I create the awareness, I take note of it, I do my necessary my own part to make sure that what I don't develop it, which is the reason you also need to do your own part so as not to develop it. This particular topic is very vital to us in Nigeria today and even the world in general, because of what this cancer is increasing by the day. People are dying of cancer. I see 2 persons in my area in this year have died of cancer. All right, breast cancer. So this thing can be very dangerous. It can be very dangerous and it's deadly, and the treatment is not cheaper. Any treatment pattern you are using to treat cancer at all, be it chemotherapy, be it immunotherapy, be it radiotherapy, right? All of them can consume enough money and it will take time, right? All those things can be very dangerous. All right, let's continue our discussion. All right, so we have mentioned formalin, which is a formaldehyde. We have mentioned nitrate or nitrite, right, which is a chemical they use in all this processed food. All right, so all of them is capable of making us to develop cancer. So which is to say that you need to take note of this from today. All right, take note of this from today. There's some certain breads that you should not be using. Any bread that have potassium bromate, acrylamide, do not use them. And also make sure you use bread. Take bread in moderation, because many companies that are producing bread may not write it on the body. You may not know the content. Just like I say that if you want to uh, get NAFDAC number, when you do a production, you take it to NAFDAC. NAFDAC will evaluate it and make sure that what this is, what your product is, and the contents. When they approve it, say this one is okay, they will issue you number. Some companies can go as far as adding other things that will be of a benefit to them and no longer the consumers. So which is the reason NAFDAC is going for routine checks, right? They will go to this company, they'll go and check their product again, even though they are the one that approved it, they'll still go and check it again to know the contents, all right, and the efficacy. They'll still test run it again, all right? So those are the things. And also if you are a production, if you're a producer, right, participating in this live streaming, I will encourage you to do the needful, right, because you are doing what you are endangering people's life. So that is that on bread. And also on that of fruits, I said if you are consuming fruits, make sure that what you check the kind of fruit you are consuming. Anyone that have that is shiny or the ripening is not uniform, please do not take them, all right? And make sure that what you take fruit when it is the season. There are seasons for mango, there are seasons for different fruit that you consume, right? There is season for it, and if it's not the season, please do not take it. Just leave it, all right, on its own. Don't leave it. So please take note of that. And we also say that what you need to make sure that you maintain your lifestyle. Make sure you do not develop obesity, which obesity is capable of making you to have something like colon cancer, even a breast cancer, and other type of cancer, to increase your chances of having cancer. That is a lifestyle aspect. We mentioned three major things that could cause cancer when we started. We said number one is lifestyle, number two is environmental, and number three is genetics, right? Due to the gene you inherited. If you have family history of it, you need to screen yourself regularly to make sure that what any tumor, anything that develop, you destroy it immediately to make sure that what these things do not progress. So please take note. If you have any question this time, put it on the comment section. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe to this channel. I think we have discussed this cancer for some times now. I've discussed about this cancer for some times now. Since this week, we have been discussing about this cancer. So we have other topics that were expected to meet up with. So if you have any questions on this cancer discussion, do well to put it on the comment section, right? If you have any question, put it on the comment section. Let's see your question on cancer. All right, so if you have any question, put it in the comment section. We're discussing about cancer, right? So of course we know that cancer have stages, right? We have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. All right, so which is, we say that early detection is what can help you to save your life. Early detection. So whenever you have any tumor, right, anywhere, tumor is any little growth under the skin. All right, if you have any tumor, don't take it for boil, all right? Not all growth that is boil, or which I differentiated between this boil and tumor, all right? This boil, most of the time, that is, I said someone have boil, all right? Sometimes it's when it is developed under the skin, it looks what inflamed, and it's going to lead to swollen lymph nodes, all right? Areas of which the immune system are having, just like joints of of immune system, all right, where the immune system is positioned, all right, to fight infections, all right. There will be a swollen in that area, like in the armpit, all right, around the groin, even at the neck region, right? All those ones are the lymph nodes that are in those areas that position itself to fight infection. So if you're having boil, it's telling you, and it's is if you're having boil, right, it's going to lead to what this particular swollen lymph node to tell that what the body is fighting what a bacterial infection, right, that have invaded the system. But if you are having this tumor, all right, it's not going to be inflamed and it's not going to give you this swollen lymph node. All right. So initially it will just be as if maybe there's just a little growth, which we say it can be benign tumor and it can be malignant tumor. Benign tumor will just go on its own, right, without it resulting to cancer. But malignant tumor can result to what? Cancer. So which, if you have any growth, you need to monitor it closely to know if it is benign tumor or malignant tumor. So you need to take note of that. So need to take note of that. Okay, someone say, what are we talking about? We're talking about cancer. Cancer, the foods, common foods that we are taking every day that can make us develop cancer. That's what we are discussing. So we made mention of different things, even smoke. We mentioned about smoke. Smoke add nothing to you, to your health. All right. There is no advantage, even single advantage of smoke. And this particular smoke have a lot of things that it contains, all right, which I mentioned them. We have a lot of harsh chemicals that it contains. So let us take note of that. Do not smoke, be it first-hand smoke, second-hand smoke, third-hand smoke. Do not smoke. If you're in an environment where they are smoking, use what? Nose mask. If that is the area you find yourself, all right, based on how Nigeria is, you didn't see work anywhere, you are working in a bar, please make sure what you use nose mask, and make sure you clean surfaces, all right, regularly to be on the safest side. So please do the needful. And we mentioned about different preservatives they're used in preserving food, like the nitrate, the formalin, right, the nitrites. Mentioned a lot of things, all right, as regards to that. So please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notification, because we stream every day by 10 a.m. Sorry, we did not stream yesterday due to the fact that I went for an event at Old Parade Ground, which we have a lot of youths, about 11,000, doing their POP. They did their POP yesterday. Only in Abuja, 11,000 youths did their POP yesterday. I was at the event center at Old Parade Ground. So I didn't do live streaming yesterday. Sorry for that. Okay, someone say talk about thyroid. Okay, thyroid. All right, we are going to discover. I think I have discussed about thyroid, though it's not on live streaming, but I've made a short clip about this particular thyroid and how it regulates other activities, right? How it regulates a lot of activities in the body, but it's fine. We are going to put it into consideration. It's part of what we are going to discuss. Someone have suggested earlier that we should discuss about female infertility. All right, that is the nice one. We are going to discuss it, but the main thing is that subscribe to this channel and stay tuned. We are going to discuss it someday. All right, we are still preparing the main discussion we have. So we have thyroid as a topic, and also have female infertility. So that's it. Thank you for being part of today's live stream. If you have any question, please put it on the comment section. Let me attend to it. On cancer, please do the needful. If you can watch this live streaming over and over again, and if you have any questions, still put it on the comment section. I will attend to it to make sure that what you be on the right path. The treatment of cancer, I said it is not cheap, but the prevention is cheap. The prevention is very, very cheap, but the treatment is not cheap. There's many people passing through, even someone of which I know at this time that we're discussing, the person passing through a lot of challenges and pains, all right, of which we are still praying for divine intervention, because there are some certain stages that is beyond money, right? The money cannot even do it at some stage. So that is it. That what where we see ourselves today. All those things are not that common in the olden days, right? It's not common in the olden days due to the fact that things they consume is actually natural things. Someone will go to farm, harvest some cassava, or even get some yams from the farm, prepare it naturally, use all these green vegetable, prepare it and eat. All right, you see people taking things, natural things, all right? But these days, a lot of preservative, a lot of chemicals. You see, at a point there was rubber rice. I don't understand. All those things are the challenge in the food market. Everybody want to make it. People will preserve a food, all right, with a very harsh chemical. They will preserve it, and for instance, they preserve it, they want to sell it. It's a chemical that can last for 6 months before that particular chemical expires, all right, so that it will be safe for use. They will preserve it within space of 2 months, and they will hear that this particular food in the market is now expensive. People will a kind of we as in we stubbornly carry that particular food and go and be selling, even though the chemical they use in the preservation have not expired. That is what we are passing through in Nigeria. It's all this is just to make money. People do it to make what money. And of course, all those ones you see in the local food market, NAFDAC rarely go there to go and check if it's safe for use or something. Is all this, no, most of it is more of this packaged food that NAFDAC goes to go and check if the contents are okay or if it's safe for consumption. I've not seen any woman selling beans at the market and after go and check, get some beans and go and check if it's safe for consumption, which is to say they can actually do anyhow. So as we are praying that God may keep us safe, let us make some certain moves, right, that will help us to get some certain things right so that we won't develop this cancer. If possible, when it is the harvesting season, get your own beans and keep it safe, all right, for your own consumption, and be taking it gradually instead of going randomly to go and buy here, all those things. You may end up buying the one that they use all these harsh chemicals to preserve, which in at the end will make you to develop cancer. So it's no longer cancer is no longer sickness for the rich. It's no longer sickness for the medium people. It's no longer sickness for the poor. It's sickness for everyone. Anyone can develop cancer. Within my space, just like in a world, right? If we are taking political zones within this area that I said it took two people cancer, two people died, two persons, right, died of cancer in DC, just within a ward, not even a local government, all right, just within a ward, two people, and one is having a very critical condition as we speak. So to tell you that this cancer have become very common, all right, it has become very common. So which is the reason we need to be very careful. When it comes to that of leukemia, which is blood cancer, if you didn't go to advanced hospital to go and do some certain checkup, you may think this illness is idiopathic, right? Which is to say it doesn't have any origin, right? This particular sickness doesn't have origin. You don't even know where it's coming from. You can even put it on village people or put it on someone that eyed you. Maybe the person have given you one charm, all right? The person have, so all those kind of things. But you don't know that what is causing it is just very common. It can be leukemia, blood cancer. It can be bone cancer, all right? It can be breast cancer. It can be colon cancer. It can be liver cancer. It can be lung cancer. It can be cervical cancer. There are many places that this cancerous cell can form. So please, let's take note of this. The awareness have been created. It's now left for us to work hard to make sure that we avert every cancer, as in not even avert, to prevent it totally, not for us to even develop it more, talk more of elevating the condition or even no or treating the condition. Please let us prevent it totally. What I'm saying somehow may seem irrelevant, all right? It may seem irrelevant to some people, but I tell you that it will become relevant when someone develop the condition, which is the reason we need to be very serious about. We need to be very deliberate in this prevention of cancer. All right. When it reaches stage 4, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. Money cannot even solve it. You just rely on palliative care. And if they use a treatment measure like the chemotherapy, chemotherapy is very good to use, especially for that of cancer that is capable of metastasizing, which is capable of spreading. But on that process, it will decrease your immune system, making you to even die as a result of opportunistic infection, not even really the cancer in itself. So there's a lot of things that we need to know. The main thing is, let's start from somewhere. The food that you are consuming, make sure that it is safe. If you are someone that is consuming excessive alcohol, decrease alcohol intake, because of what? The harsh chemicals that is in it. If you are consuming over time, it can make you to develop this liver cancer. So please take note of that and do the needful, right? Do the needful. So I think we are done for today. If you have any question, you can still put it on the comment section. I'll put it on the comment section, and I'm going to answer you. And I'm very much open for um any suggestion. I'm very much open for any contribution. I'm very much open. All this is what creation of awareness. I'm not perfect. I don't know it all, but with my own experience or little experience, I want to bring this awareness. I want to create this awareness so that you be on the know. I said every subscriber of this particular channel need to be on the know. Let us be aware, right? Things that you can be able to prevent, that is preventable, that we're supposed to prevent, so that in the end we save money and also save our time. So please do the needful. Thank you very much for being part of today's live streaming. Do well to subscribe to our channel if you have not done that, and also share the links of this channel to the groups that you belong to, or invite anyone you want to invite in the live streaming channel. They will have more interesting days. Just like I say, we're not backing down, we are not giving up, we are not going on any holiday. Sorry for yesterday, just an event that made us not to stream yesterday. We are not giving up. We keep streaming, all right, to make sure that more awareness is being created. And I stand to be corrected in any statement that I'm making here, all right. I want us to make sure that we get a lot of things right. I say in this channel, I want to work hand in hand with both the healthcare providers and healthcare consumers. Let's work in synergy and achieve this goal of healthy living in a global scale. Let us get it right. Let us know the right thing and prevent some preventable diseases that we can be able to prevent. I said cancer cannot be prevented 100%, but at least the one that we are aware of, let us take those measures and prevent it. There's still some things that could cause it that have not been discovered. If not, I talk about this bread, we don't know much about this bread, that taking it in excess is capable of making someone to develop this cancer. All right, it's just a regular thing we take every day. We think it's just a normal thing. All right, so please do the needful. Share the link of this live streaming to the groups where you belong to. Tomorrow is going to be another better day for another interesting topic. I think we are done with this cancer. The only thing we are going to be doing as far as cancer is concerned is to just be highlighting one or two things, or maybe if I'm just making emphasis on something, I can just relate to it, right? But for now, let us take issue of cancer, right, one side. I think we are done with that, and I believe you know that we have discussed about Lassa fever. If you don't know about it, you can go and check our live streaming. We discussed extensively on Lassa fever. All right, which is very common in our own time today. So please take note of that. All those things we need to actually know them, point them out, and prevent them. All right. The first step for prevention measures is to know what you are actually preventing. Know it, know how it spreads, know the risk factors. That's why anytime we are making this live streaming or we are talking about any topic, all right, we discuss about the risk factors. All right, risk factors, these are the things that could make you to develop this particular condition. So please take note of that. See you guys in my live streaming tomorrow, all right, by 10 a.m. Thank you for being part of us. I remain health educator Mike. Thank you.